They tell you not to say it. Not out loud, not in public, not even online, because saying it makes people uncomfortable. But maybe that's exactly why it needs to be said. Again, and again, and again. In the middle of Coachella's massive crowd, as lights blazed and music thundered, the Irish rap group Kneecap did something that silenced everything else. Behind them, on a giant LED screen, the words lit up. Fa Israel, free Palestine. No hesitation, no filters, no apologies. In a country where speaking out against Israel's crimes can cost you your career, your platform, even your freedom, Kneecap didn't just say it, they broadcast it. Loud, proud, and defiant. And who was watching this message from across the world? None other than Benjamin Netanyahu, a man who's led Israel into one of the bloodiest, most brutal military campaigns in recent history. Under his leadership, Gaza has been reduced to rubble, hospitals bombed, journalists killed, children buried beneath the ruins of their homes, and yet, somehow, the outrage is aimed not at him, but at those who dare to speak up. The Irish band didn't just perform a song, they made a stand. They weren't the first, and hopefully won't be the last. But their act hit hard because it happened on American soil, on American screens, and in front of an American audience. The very place where criticizing Israel is treated like a crime. Think about it. In the US, you can cheer for war, fund genocide, and silence the oppressed. But saying, fight Israel, that's where they draw the line? What Kneecap did was a rebellion not just against Israel's crimes, but against the system that protects them, against the media that won't show the dead children, against the politicians who fund bombs with your tax dollars, against the influencers who stay silent for the sake of brand deals. It was raw, it was real, and it shook people. And what happened next? Outrage. Not at the war crimes, not at the 40,000 killed, but at 3 men with microphones and a message. Social media lit up with calls to ban them, to cancel them. Why? Because they had the nerve to say what so many are too scared to admit. But here's the real question. Why is this phrase so feared? Fa Israel, free Palestine. It's not because it's profane. It's because it cuts through the lies. It challenges the narrative. It forces people to look, really look, at what's happening in Gaza, at the bodies, at the starvation, at the silence of so-called human rights defenders. Meanwhile, Netanyahu sits in press conferences blaming the victims. He talks about security while dropping bombs on children. He speaks of peace while building walls and checkpoints. He claims to represent Jewish values, while rabbis, Holocaust survivors, and Jewish communities around the world beg him to stop. And yet, in the eyes of mainstream media, Netanyahu is the adult in the room, while Kneecap is the dangerous one. That's the world we're living in, where the war criminal is called a leader, and the truth teller is called a threat. But truth spreads, no matter how hard they try to silence it. And the message, free Palestine, is louder than ever. Because every bomb dropped, every home destroyed, every child buried, only proves the point further. This is not defense. This is destruction. This is not about peace. This is about power. So go ahead. Be offended by the words. Be shocked by the tone. But ask yourself why those words had to be said. Ask yourself what kind of world we're living in when saying, fuck Israel, is more offensive than supporting what Israel is doing. And if that makes you uncomfortable, maybe it should.